Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to tear down how a startup completely changed its game, going from, generic, boring marketing to a communication model that's all about trust. Honestly, if you're trying to connect with anyone who's going through a tough time, this is basically a masterclass.
And really, it all boils down to this one sentence. This is what they were told to put on their About page, and it's the heart of the whole story, really. This shows it's not just another business, right? It's a mission that came from real personal pain. And that changes absolutely everything.
So you gotta ask, right? How do you even begin to build trust with people who are in the middle of a crisis? I mean, for a brand that's supposed to help people who are scared, getting this right isn't just, important. It's literally everything. It's the ground you build on. All right, so first up, let's meet the company at the heart of all this. It's a startup called Cashluom, and their mission was super clear right from the get-go.
So what were they trying to do? Their whole mission was to be a kind of trusted guide for people in India who were really struggling with their finances. And get this, they weren't trying to sell anything. The idea was to offer free, super simple tools to help folks get out of a really painful spot.
Okay, but here's the thing. Even with this awesome mission, their first attempt at a message, it just completely missed the mark. They fell into that classic trap, the one where companies just talk about themselves instead of the people they're trying to help.
And this is where it gets really, really interesting. Look at the total disconnect here. On the left, that's what the brand thought they were saying. But on the right, that's what someone hears when they're wide awake at 2 a.m. panicking about their bills. AI-powered tool? To them, that doesn't sound helpful. It just sounds cold, corporate, and completely impersonal. It just didn't land. At all.
So, the feedback they got? Man, it was direct. I mean, brutally honest. There was really no time to be nice about it. The company's survival literally depended on them figuring out this disconnect, and fast.
Yeah, this wasn't just a suggestion, it was a full-on diagnosis. The original analysis used the phrase no sugarcoating for a reason. The problem was deep. The brand was speaking a language that their audience just couldn't, or maybe wouldn't, even listen to.
Okay, so what do? How do you fix a problem that's so fundamental? Well, it all boiled down to one single, powerful shift in how they looked at everything.
And this right here, this became their new mantra. Speak to the pain, not the product. It's so simple, but so profound. Stop talking about your cool features, your AI, your smart path. Just stop. Instead, start talking about what the user is actually going through. The stress, the fear, that awful feeling of being trapped. You've got to shift the entire focus from your solution to their pain.
And this is so important. Those buzzwords like AI-powered, they weren't just useless here. They were actually hurting them. Think about it. If you're scared about debt, AI doesn't make you feel confident. It makes you suspicious. It sounds like a sales pitch from some slick tech company, not a helping hand from someone who actually gets what you're going through. The biggest lesson here? For an audience that's feeling vulnerable, clarity is everything. Jargon just builds another wall they have to climb.
Okay, so that was the problem. Now for the cure. Let's look at the incredible transformation and see how that diagnosis led to a completely new voice, one that totally changed the vibe of their website.
Wow. I mean, just look at this. This slide says it all. The before version is all about them, the brand, our smart path, our tool. But the after copy, it's like night and day. It speaks directly to the user's fear. It uses words like stuck and trapped, and specifically mentions things like credit cards and EMIs. That's a super common type of loan payment in India. And then it makes this immediate, crystal clear promise. We can show you how to escape, and it's free. So powerful.
And if you break it down, every single word here is just perfectly engineered to build trust. It's using those pain words, stuck, trapped, to show they get it. It's specifying the audience, Indians, so it feels relevant. It takes away the fear right in the headline with for free. There's zero hype, no buzzwords. And what does all that do? It instantly answers that one question everyone has in their head, is this for me? It's just a perfect example of empathy beating out feature speak, hands down.
Right. So this wasn't just about tweaking some words on a web page. No way. This was the first domino to fall in a whole new strategy, a complete action plan, all centered around trust, starting from day one. And you can see how that strategy immediately turned into real, actual steps. It's a clear playbook, right? Step 1, fix that core message on the homepage. Then, right away, start pushing out content that hammers that same message home on your blog, on video, on YouTube.
So let's dig into that first piece of content, because this is just brilliant. Their first blog post wasn't some generic how to save money article. No, it was laser focused on the minimum due credit card trap. Think about that. That's a super specific problem for someone who is already in deep trouble. The intent behind that Google search is huge. This is a person who's scared and desperately needs an answer right now. And you know what? That's exactly the kind of problem Google loves to help people solve.
And this new voice wasn't just for the website. It went into everything. Even the first 3 seconds of their social media videos. It doesn't start with, hey, we're Cashluom. It starts with the viewer's pain. That's how you grab someone's attention instantly.
Okay, so we've seen this whole transformation, from a message that didn't work to one that really connected. So what's the big lesson here? What's the one thing we should all take away from what Cashluom did?
It really comes down to this. The real currency isn't traffic or clicks or even revenue. It's trust, especially if you're trying to help people who are in a tough spot. And what is trust? It's just that feeling, that deep down belief that you actually get it, that you understand their specific pain, and you're genuinely there to help them with no hidden tricks or agendas. And so, this whole story leaves us with one final, really important question we have to ask ourselves about our own work. Is your message just talking about a problem, or is it speaking to the person who's living with that problem? That's the difference that matters.